Hello, Gemini. Welcome. We're going to do your reading for the week of March 21st. We are going to look at last week, though, and take a peek at next week and see what's coming in for you. And we're going to find out what's going on. Now, we got the Get Back to Elemental card, and this showed up for one of the fire signs, I believe. So if you have any fire placements in your chart, you might want to go take a look. I don't quite remember which one it was, though. We're going to pull some tarot and clarify and see if we can get an idea of what's going on with the Geminis. We are coming into springtime or fall, depending on what hemisphere you are in, of course. But we're getting ready to start Aries season, and hopefully we all get a nice boost of energy to kick off the new, I guess, seasonal year, right? Let's see what is going on for you. Now we have synchronicity in the reverse here. So I'm actually going to look at the book about that. I feel like there's some sort of misalignment happening this past week that you might have noticed. So we're going to find out what that says in just a moment. All right. 3 of Wands, 8 of Cups, and Justice. The Tower, the Star, and the Chariot. The Empress, holy cow. A lot of majors. 4 of Pentacles, and the Moon. Got some strong Cancer showing up here for you, and Libra. Let's see, Aquarius and Taurus and Scorpio. I do feel like there's some healing happening this week. Definitely having to remove yourself from something in search of the next stop on your destination, right? I do feel like it's interesting because this Get Back to Elemental, it's really kind of just getting back to basics. And it looks like you're just seeking balance, progress, perhaps even, spending some time getting more in touch with your own intuition. But I have seen that theme, like I said, with one of the fire signs. So it does seem to be coming up that as we're kind of getting to this point of having new beginnings come in, right? It's like once a new beginning finally starts, we're just kind of getting the groundwork laid. We're getting our balance back. It could be that we're really taking care of like just priorities, right? Like getting the bills paid, making sure we eat well, getting exercise, getting enough rest, just the basics that may have been on the back burner just because things were so stagnant, or you didn't have the energy to do all of those things, right? But we're going to take a deeper dive here. We have the 10 of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the 10 of Wands. It does look like there's probably been an ending here recently, but I do feel like you're kind of starting to get fired up about a new start. And it could even be that you're wanting a new love interest to enter your life. If not, perhaps you're already in a relationship. It could be just some things kind of getting renewed after a period of, being a little stagnant, a little stuck, a little lackluster, right? So we're going to see what all this is about. out, but first I want to look at this synchronicity in the reverse. This is the Teal Swan frequency deck. Okay, it says there's a disagreement within you between what you actually want and what you think you want. What are you telling yourself? Let's try that again. What are you telling yourself that you want? Can you see that these things may not actually be what you want, and then instead you might want something else entirely? Interesting. So it could be that something's cropped up this past week where you've either convinced yourself that there's something you deeply desire here. It looks to me like you're ready to just see something grow, right? With the Empress here, really wanting this start to finally happen. And I do feel like you've been waiting for something to blossom, to finally prosper, or to see some, maybe even just some improvement in your abundance here, right? But it could be, for example, like perhaps there's some big Apple item that you've really got your eye on, and it sounds really good until you're actually in it, and then you're like, okay, maybe that's not what I wanted. It could also be a relationship situation here. We have the Divine Feminine showing up in the form of the Empress, so it could be romance related here. This, for some of you, this could even be pregnancy, right? Let's see what this is all about. Three of Wands. What is it that you've been kind of wanting to see expand here? A lot of expansion energies this past week. We have Justice, which we have here in this next row. And the Seven of Wands. So it does feel, again, strong Libra here, but it does feel like you've really wanted to stand in your power here and stand up for yourself. Like knowing that you want things to grow, that you want there to be equal give and take in something, right? Now this could be anything. And do excuse me, I do have a head cold, so I sound a little bit nasally. With the Tower, we have the Ten of Swords, so there could have been some sort of, and the High Priestess. There could have been some sort of kind of shocking ending here. I actually feel like you were aware of this ending. This ending was coming, or you were aware of something under the surface. Because when we get the Ten of Swords, that can be like betrayal energy, right? So it can be this, especially with the High Priestess, it can be something that's been hidden in a way. And we've got a lot of Divine Feminine intuitive cards showing up in your reading here, so I almost wonder if you had a very positive outlook on something. You knew what you wanted. I do feel like that you did want balance, you did want things to grow and expand, but I do feel like perhaps the disconnect here is that your intuition was telling you that something not good was going on below the surface. Something was going to sabotage that desire. And you might have even known that there was something not quite right about it, right? If that makes sense. With the Empress, we have Judgment and the Sun. So it does feel like you kind of had to decide if this was really what you wanted. That you wanted to see this grow, right? I guess the best thing I can think of here as an example. So this is just an example. This is not from the cards. But like, for instance, say you were in a long-term relationship, because we do have the Ten of Pentacles here, and say things were stagnant, not growing, imbalanced, whatever. And really your deep desire here was to see that transform, to see it grow, to see it improve, to see the balance come in, to see your efforts reflected back to you from the other person. In the meantime, you've been having sort of these niggles of intuition that are saying that something, I do kind of feel like some sort of sneaky behavior was going on here. And it's like, it could have been speaking to you, like something wasn't quite right, but you were so determined, right, that you might have kind of pushed that intuition down and kept charging ahead, really fighting for this, when in fact the truth was then revealed and you've had to decide, is this really what I want? So it does look like some sort of situation came to light this past week, and maybe was not a very good truth to be revealed. However, it does look like you've had to really evaluate if that's the thing that's actually going to bring about abundance and happiness and growth, right? Maybe it's even a soul calling here, right? Maybe you were really determined to do a specific job or what have you, and then you get into it and it's just not quite clicking, right? So I hope that made sense. This week we have the color blue. It says Madonna and mothering. So this is all about like an overpouring of feminine, nurturing energy. This can be about self-care. This can actually be women in your life or feminines in your life. They don't have to be women. Coming through to help take care of you. This could even be your mother showing up. This could be you connecting with the divine feminine that has clearly been trying to speak to you here in order to help you heal and move forward, perhaps in an altered direction than what you were expecting, right? We have the Eight of Cups, the Star, and the Four of Pentacles. It's almost like some of you are seeking help or guidance when it comes to being able to release it, whatever this thing was for you. Because sometimes that's easier said than done. I'm particularly noticing, you can see how she's got this like lasso on this star. Sometimes we have this very energetic cord keeping us attached to something that is no longer serving us, and it can be kind of an uphill struggle to release it. So there's a lot of healing energy here and a lot of kind of looking to your own intuition to help you when it comes to, how do I let this go? How do I let this idea go, this person go, whatever. With the Eight of Cups, we have the Hierophant. You're definitely on a spiritual journey here, that's for sure. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. For some of you, you're walking away from a commitment offer. For some of you, it's because it took so long to show up. For others, this has just been a long journey through whatever this thing was that broke down for you. It's been a very long journey. And while it has been definitely serving to increase your wisdom and your spiritual connection with your higher self, I feel. It's been long and tedious and difficult. With the star, we have the Page of Wands. So definitely some curiosity here about what's next, right? What is the new altered direction? And doing some reflecting on it. Definitely some retreat energy here. And that might actually serve to be a good thing to kind of plan for this week, Gemini, is to just, if you can't take time off, to like purposely put chunks of time into this week to kind of, you know, reflect and kind of get away from it all a little bit so you can do this healing. With the Four of Pentacles, we have the Star, which is funny because we talked about that lasso, right? Now this could be an Aquarius that you're feeling tied to. And we have the King of Cups. I do feel like whatever this thing was, you really had your heart in this. And so there's a very strong connection here to either a person or a desire that you've had for a long time. And because it's not working out, I would say, if anything, just be patient with yourself here, because I feel like you might actually feel a little bit irritated with yourself about even still feeling this connection to this person or thing, right? After seeing it all blow up, it could be kind of like you're getting frustrated with yourself that you still have feelings, but just be aware of the fact that your heart is not on a fast track to releasing things, right? It's just your heart. It loves no matter what, and sometimes that's not always convenient. But I do see you protecting yourself here. I do see you protecting your heart and putting that as a priority. Remember how we were talking about getting back to the basics, taking care of your emotional well-being here, and allowing yourself the space and time to heal before getting too concerned about what's next, right? Like the curiosity about what's next is there, but I think you're more focused at this time on just getting back to a stable place here. So for a lot of you, I do feel like this was probably a marriage that has broken down, or a long-term relationship of some kind. This next week we have get back to elemental, and really this is just back to basics, kind of working on the bottom of this pyramid. What are the basics? Root chakra needs, are they being met? You know, are your bills being paid? Are you getting rest? Are you getting healthy food? Are you taking time to just be? You know, basics here. We have Justice, the Chariot, and the Moon. There's definitely a feeling here of maybe stepping into the complete unknown, because you are seeking balance, because you may have just gone through a divorce here. You're definitely, you know, kind of taking charge and deciding to remove yourself from that situation. But the path ahead is a little foggy, right? With the Moon here, there's fears, there's your intuition is definitely calling to you, but you know, we're walking at night here under the light of the moon, and that's it. So, see, Justice. We have the Eight of Wands. I do feel like, oh my, positive karma coming in. I feel like we saw the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck here. Yes, we did. So that's nice. But you know, this Ace of Cups is also my first signifier for self-care, self-love. You really treating yourself correctly, and just bringing balance into your own life. If you've been working too hard, knock it off. I know, easier said than done, right? But just taking good care of yourself. With the Chariot, wow, we got the Two of Cups. You'd definitely be dealing with a Cancer here, Gemini. Oh my. And the Six of Cups. You might actually have a choice here. Plenty of water signs showing up for you as well. With the Moon, oh my gosh. What? This is taking a turn. And the King of Wands. Holy buckets. So Gemini, that's you. We've got the King of Wands, so that could certainly be a fire sign. If it's not, it's somebody that's taking action towards you. Could be someone with a mix of fire and water strongly in their chart, for sure. For some of you, there's a choice. There's a choice here. And I feel like it's because somebody has finally come forward with an offer of commitment. Here, we talked about that. And you've chosen to walk away. So it could very well be that this person you've denied, perhaps it is this person things ended with, is coming back around. We do have the Six of Cups here, right? And we did have the Sun over here showing up this past week. So fire energy is coming back in. Interesting. And it could very well be that someone is just wanting to get back to basics with you, like wanting to start completely afresh if possible. Like if you, for example, if you've been with this person for a really long time and you have suggested divorce, or they have, or to me it feels like it was you that maybe rejected continuing with this commitment. It could be that they just want to, okay, let's go on some dates. Let's remember what it's like to enjoy one another's company, right? But we also have the Two of Cups and the Lovers, which is all about choices. So you could very well have your pick here and have two offers showing up. It does feel like there may have been, because we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Wands here, it could be that someone new did show up this past week. I do kind of feel like if they did, you were a little guarded and maybe backed off. Like you didn't trust it. You're like, I don't have time for this. I've just been through hell, you know, whatever. I don't think they're backing off. If that's the case, I feel like they're going to keep pursuing you for sure. So a lot of movement here, a lot of communication this next week. And it does feel like a new relationship or love interest and a past one. So good luck with that, Gemini. I hope that was helpful. Leave me a comment down below for sure if this was your reading. Hit that like button, please, and thank you. And I will see you for next week's March wrap-up. I think we'll change up the reading a little bit. We'll kind of get the overall last week's energy for March, and then we're going to take a sneak peek into what's coming up in April for you. But I think we'll pick like a theme. So we'll either look specifically at love or career or something. You can definitely leave me some ideas and thoughts down below. I'll see you next time. Bye.